Hey, yo. Hey, yo. What's going on? What's going on? Back out here. Back out here with the contact lens. You know? Had to do it. Had to do it, get the contacts back. Sick of wearing the glasses. Hadn't worn contacts in probably like a year since all this coronavirus mumbo jumbo started, but I had to do it. Over the weekend, got some fresh data into the dialer. I got a couple hundred new driving for dollars, virtual driving for dollars properties, skip trace and thrown in the dialer. I also signed up for this kind of like accountability program slash coaching program. It's pretty much a coaching program. I haven't really gotten the full benefit of it yet. I've only been in a few days, but uh, I'm considering adopting a majority, if not all, of the systems and processes that the coach recommends and lays out. And in doing so, he's provided like discount codes and stuff like that for different skip tracing platforms, text blasting platforms, stuff like that. So I wanted to pull a list. He had a code that gave you $30 free for a pulled list, and I don't know. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you do. I've only ever pulled lists from a software that I'm already paying for, and the list pulling is free. For instance, batch leads, right? I'm like, you pay for batch leads, which allows you to stack your list, which allows you to pull your list, organize your data in there, stuff like that. But you're not necessarily paying per property. You get like up to a certain amount of properties that you're able to pull every month. Same with PropStream, right? I know I've mentioned it before, but I've been grateful enough to have won a free year subscription to PropStream. So I'm not paying for it, but I know if you were paying the $100 a month, you get like up to 10,000 properties per month that you just get to pull for free. You don't have to pay per property. But other platforms like List Source, or the other one, I'm not going to mention the name. I don't know if it's like a group exclusive thing, but another platform that I use to pull this list, you actually pay per property. So I'm not sure if like the data is going to be higher quality, or like the list isn't going to be as beat up, but I would hope so, because I don't really see I don't see the benefit in pulling a list and paying per property that you're pulling on the list and then having to pay again to skip trace them. Uh, so I would hope that these properties aren't popping up on other lists as frequently as like they would be, or I just hope that pretty much. I'm hoping that it's like kind of separate. So I'm cool with like other people who are willing to pay for this list to be calling these people, but I would think that the benefit is that, yeah, these lists are kind of more exclusive. They're not gonna, these properties aren't going to be popping up on platforms like PropStream or Batch Leads. I don't know though. I really don't know. But I would think so. Like, I don't see why anybody would pay for a list if they can just pay for PropStream and get 10,000 records every month. It seems like more than enough. But then at that same rate, why I say that is because I know that PropStream is like the most popular platform, right? So anybody who pulls a high equity absentee list in my county, we're gonna be calling the same people, right? So, anyways, my rant's over. That's my thing. So I've imported two different like batches. A batch of like a couple hundred driving for dollars that I've just kind of had on the back burner waiting to be skip traced. So from when I got paid from this first deal, so I went ahead and skip traced like 200 properties, got them in there, and then I think I got a list of 200 properties as well. It's about 190 properties for this new list, and the new list is it's in the larger county, and it's a 60-year plus list. So the owners are 60 years of age or older, and they have high equity, and a couple like other parameters that I threw in there, like the year built, like the building is at least I think 25, 30 years old, meaning that it was built like 1990 or before. Trying to think of some other. Oh, and then I had done it specifically in specific zip codes, and that's the first time I've done that as well. Uh, because in this other area where I pulled the list, it was much easier to stack my zip codes and just search them all at the same time. You could just I put like 15 zip codes in there, and then it pulled the list all at the same time. Whereas in PropStream, I'd have to search per zip code, pull the list, house the list somewhere within PropStream, and then go back, search the next zip code, pull the list. Like there's no way of just searching them, saying I want this zip code. Show me all the high equity 60 plus years of age. There's no way of doing that. So it was a little easier to pull the list in this one too. And I feel like it's a lot more specific, geared towards the area that I want to farm leads in. So I'll give it a try. I was going to call my driving for dollars list, but I might as well give it a try. I just tested my phone number, make sure it wasn't popping up as spam, which it was not. Sorry, I'm tossing things around here. So my phone number is good. I don't really foresee it lasting much longer though. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. I just haven't been calling as actively. So here we go. Stop call attempts not dialed today, not contacted ever. Filter out contacts who have future call or appointment scheduled. Start power dialer. It's already filtering out 5 that have no phones. I don't know how that happens, because if they aren't getting phone numbers, I shouldn't be getting charged for it. Maybe it's like duplicates that I've already had in my dialer or something. I don't know how that happens, but it kind of bothers me when it mentions that there's a handful of properties that don't have phone numbers attached to it before I've even dialed the list, because I've certainly paid for that property, right? Because it dwindles, right? It started at 200 and I'm at 188 already because of duplicates that are already in my system, and I'm only paying for the ones that actually get skip traced. So 5 of them didn't come up with any information on skip tracing, and then 5 of them were duplicates, and now it's saying 5 of them don't have phone numbers, even though I've already uploaded it in here. But anyways, whatever. Whatever. Been a while.
Using your touch
I'm nervous.
You enter your PIN number. You are now logged into the Mojo Dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
Not gonna lie, I got the nerves going a little bit, but anyways, I'm gonna do it anyways, because that's how you get it done. You fail forward.
Please leave your message for 281.
You don't want to do something and you do it anyways. It's gotta happen. You know what I mean? That's how success is brewed.
Hi, this is the Google Assistant. Can I ask what you're calling about?
No, you may not. And yeah, man, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't nervous. Pretty much every time I hopped on the dialer, it's gotten a lot better since I've started. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I mean, hopping on the dialer right in the beginning, got the nerves going a little bit, blood boiling a little bit. I'd be lying to say if I was sitting here calm as cool as a cucumber. I was getting ready to say calm as a cucumber. But yeah, man, it's kind of nerve wracking. And that's kind of why I've stayed away from it for the past few days. Hey, Marcos. Hi, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Malmedy Road.
I don't have any property. That's the wrong information that you guys are pulling. It's incorrect.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
All right, have a good one. Couldn't tell if that was Marcos or not. Didn't sound like it. There's only one number attached to that property. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to like. I also, as much as I kind of make it known that I'm out here and I'm not wanting to be like some like figure of, like, I don't.
Por favor, deje su mensaje para.
That's my dad.
I really just don't want to seem like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys how to do this, because I don't. I just closed my first deal last week, and I don't think I'll ever. Well, that's not true. I think it'll be a long time before I feel like I am now in a position to be bestowing my knowledge, upon other people. I think it'll take a good handful of deals, and even then, I know that I'm always going to be learning something new. Hello? Hi, I'm so sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here. I know. Yeah, so I don't want it to be that. I try to make that very clear every video that I record here or go live. I don't want it to be like, hey, I know what I'm doing. Watch me. I really am I'd just like some company along the journey here.
Please say your name and the
You know what I mean? And I think a part of that comes with me being transparent and honest about every aspect of what I have going here. So as much as I don't want to sit here and claim that I'm this like professional wholesaler, I also don't want to sit here and claim like, oh, I'm not nervous getting on the dialer. Like, it's nothing, like I don't want it, because it's not nothing.
This is the Jackson residence. We are unable to take your call at this time.
So I'm trying my best to be like vulnerable in that aspect as well, and like share with you how I'm not only learning and like what I'm doing to educate myself and stuff like that, but I want to like be sharing my emotions involved with this process as well. I think that kind of. Hello? Hello? I think that area gets kind of neglected when people talk about it. I think people talk about it, but they move past it very quickly, like kind of like I just did a minute ago. It's like, look, you're going to be nervous, but you just got to do it. That's like kind of the most that anybody will ever say about that.
First Mile Island Baptist Church. Please leave your name, number.
But yeah, man, it's like I've always had a kind of a fear of the phones. I used to work in insurance, and I was required to be on the phones like all day. Not all day, but it was a big part of the job. I was an adjuster for claims, insurance claims, and it required me to be in contact with like multiple parties involved in the claim, being the claimant. It was for workers' compensation. So I was having to be involved with the employee, the claimant, his or her employer, their boss, the doctor that they see, their lawyer if they got represented, and and I'm having at one point I had like 140 claims or something like that. So that's like 140 times 3. Not saying I was talking to every single one of those people every day, but like a good handful of them at any point in time, one of those 4 people could have called me, or one of those 4 people I was needing to be reaching out to. So it was a lot of phones, and not gonna lie, the setting of the office is what I didn't like. I like being here at my home and being able to just like be vulnerable over YouTube. But it was just the concept and the idea of being in the office, and you couldn't not listen to somebody if you tried. There was just, I was cubicles. So luckily I was like kind of senior enough to where I was up against a window. So I had like 2 less neighbors than everybody else, but pretty much you had like, you had like 10 to 15 people within an earshot that could pretty much hear everything that you're saying on the phone. And again, it's like sometimes my neighbor would be on the phone and you'd hear them, and it's like it's honestly really distracting. Like I wish I didn't get so tuned into what they were saying, but they're talking and like nobody else is talking, so it's like hard not to listen. And it's also hard not to judge when somebody fumbles on the phone. You hear them and you're like, ugh.
Oh, we are not available now.
And that got to me at my old office. Like just knowing that people were listening, knowing that people were judging, not intentionally, but again, because I was on the other side of that half the time. I would know, like, dang, like they're listening, and they're judging, and I would fumble my words, as everybody's going to. But the environment at that company, in that office, it wasn't supportive. It was like everybody was always looking at you to be the best employee ever. And nobody, in my opinion, nobody really understood the emotional aspect of it. And like, because people would curse you out. It's all the same thing, but I just like being in the comfort of my home. Hello?
Hello?
Hi there. I'm sorry. I was looking for the own. Oh, okay. They didn't say anything. Go ahead. Well, so far this list is bunk as hell. No contacts. Just about 10 minutes. Dialed through about 18 properties. But yeah, that's why I really want to be, not to like stay on this topic for too long, but I want it to be known, right? I'm not hopping on the phone and my heart's not racing. It is, when somebody answers and they say that they are interested in selling, my heart races 10 times as fast.
Voice message system 281610.
All right, I'm gonna call it quits here in like 3 more properties after these next 3 lines dial, and I'm gonna have to retest my number for spam real quick, or just switch to this other list because I want to get some contacts up. And at that rate as well, it's like that's why I want to get some contacts up, is because I want, for my own personal benefit, I want to work through that. I want to get stumbled on the phone so that I can like assess and be like, okay, they said this. Next time somebody says this to me, I will say this. Have a response ready to go. And also, I want to do that because, for the same reason that I've been talking about, I want to share that with you. I want you to see me stumble. I don't want it to be a secret that I'm nervous on the phones. Don't want it to be a secret that like I stumble through my words sometimes. I just want it to be very crystal clear so that there we go. I mean, no, it's not popping up as spam. It's probably the list here. Yeah, I just want it to be known. I want it to be clear. Like, hey, I'm not perfect. And I think that's the best way to do it, is to just show you how I stumble through these phone calls. Hearing me? Weak list. So let me switch it up real quick. I'm gonna go to my driving for dollars. Got about 180 here. Bound to get some people to pick up on this one. The one answer I did get was a incorrect number, and it sounds like she had been called a lot as well.
Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
All right, come on now.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 2 8
It's Robert.
Mm.
What?
Hey, Jose.
Hello?
Hey, Jose, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Benbrook Drive.
Uh-huh. What?
Yeah. I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you would ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling? No. Okay, completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others? You? Nope, he would not. All right, cool. I'm already seeing 2 callback messages. One per. Oh gosh, this is a guy. Oh my god, how did that happen? He was calling the same guy on 2 different lines, the same phone number. He probably got the same callback. That's not supposed to happen. Phone numbers are supposed to get deleted if they are duplicated.
Hello?
Hey, Arturo.
Hey.
Arturo, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Benbrook Drive.
Not sure.
No, okay, completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment?
No, probably not here.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
No problem.
Bye now. Yeah, just like that, back to back.
Hello?
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 Hi there, is this Mr. Gordon Miller? Yeah, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Courtshire Road. All right, what do you think? Is that a contact or not? I count those as contacts. If they ask me, may I ask who's speaking after I look to confirm that I'm speaking with the right person, I pretty much take that as a yes, this is the right person. Who is this? You know what I mean? If I were to ask for the wrong name, they would just say you have the wrong number. So, he says that when I'm looking to confirm that this is the right person, and then he lets me pitch why I'm calling for the property, and then only once I ask about the property, he hangs up. So I'm gonna go. I consider those not interested, and then I mark it as contact. Call me a cheater if you'd like, but I just don't want to have to call that person again because they're clearly not interested, even if it wasn't the right person.
Please leave your message for 83.
Now we're getting some reps up. Have a few hot follow-ups that I can make too. Hoping to get another agreement signed off this week. We got a couple good follow-ups. I had one gentleman.
Hello, we are not available now.
One gentleman in particular who actually called me back from all of the voicemails I had been leaving him. So I had cold called him probably like a couple months ago. He said that he was interested, but I just caught him at a bad time. So he said, call me next week and I'll let you know what I want to do with the property. And then I called him next week, and then like every 3 or 4 days after that, tried them probably 5 or 6 times. And I think the last voicemail I left him actually was something that I was going to try and implement but I don't know. I wish I would have marked it in my system but I'm pretty sure I left him a voicemail saying, hey, this is Derek. We had spoke. You had let me know that you were interested. I've tried you a few different times here. I'm sorry that if I'm bothering you. Hello? But
You have reached Veronica Garcia with ABM Banking Services.
sorry, just to finish that voicemail. Sorry, I know I'm blowing you up here. I'm sorry for bothering you, but you had let me know that you're interested in selling. So I just wanted to connect with you, see, what kind of offer I would be able to make you. If you aren't interested in selling, or no, how does it go? I heard this on a podcast. They like disqualify themselves and pretty much say like, hey, like I've been calling you for quite some time. Sorry to bother you. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you no longer want to sell. I'll get you removed from the system here, and I wish you the best of luck.
Hello?
Hi, it's Miss Taylor.
You got the wrong number.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And then disqualify yourself, and it's just another version of the pullback method. You chase the dog runs away from you. You run the other direction, the dog chases you. That's pretty much what any pullback method is just disqualifying yourself and saying, oh, okay, I don't think this is the best fit. And them saying, no, it is. Like, or, okay, like I don't want to.
Please leave your message for
Like, I don't want to have to keep bothering you. I can take a hint, it's clear that you no longer want to sell the property, which is completely fine. I'll just get you removed here. And then they call you back. No, I do. I'm sorry. I've just been really busy, So I think I may have left that voicemail for this guy. I left it for like 5 to 10 people.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Alvarez?
This is Deputy Briseño.
I'm sorry?
Who is this?
This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Cliffside Drive. I couldn't understand what he said. I'm just going to go ahead and remove his number. It sounded like I got the wrong number. It sounded like he had corrected me and said, like, this is a place of business or something like that. That's what I interpreted. But yeah, I left that message. After I heard that podcast, I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea, because it gets to a point where. Hi, this is Miss Alvarez? I'm sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here. Okay. Thank you for taking the call. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I heard that on the podcast, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think you just gotta pick your. So I don't think I left it on this guy's voicemail because I don't think I would have said that so early. But there are people who I've been following up with for like 6 months and just have stopped completely answering me. Hey, Guillermo. Hello. And then at that point, I think it's like, okay, and even then, the people who were saying that on the podcast, they made it clear that they're not following up with them. They just have their systems built out and their CRM and their automation that they're not hand dialing them anymore. They're not actively following up with them. They put them in their drip campaign, so they're still getting an automated text every 3 months, a ringless voicemail dropped to them every so often. Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos, yeah.
Carlos, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on McGallion Road.
Yeah, I live in McGallion Road, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call, and I wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Completely understand. Well, while I have you, would you happen to have any other property you might consider selling at the moment?
No, really, I don't know.
No. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Okay.
All right. Bye now. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, so they have their systems built out, their automation built out, so to where they can say that, like, all right, it's clear that you don't want to sell. I'll leave you alone, but have the confidence in knowing that they're still going to get touched, right? They're still going to get texted. They're still going to get a voicemail every so often. Um, Hello. They just don't. They're not doing what I'm doing. Picking up their phone and saying, okay, I'm going to dial this person. Hey, we spoke. Hello. Seems like there's a little bit of a delay in the connection. I have my Wi-Fi on. Let me turn that off. And when I say that, I mean by the time I'm connecting with these people, it sounds like they've already been on the phone for a few seconds. I want to be there right when they pick it up. I want it to connect, and I've mentioned it in a few different videos of mine. But there is a delay, and there's like a recommended way in which you should be dialing. Like you're supposed to be connected, like hardwired to your Ethernet. Um, using a cell phone over the Wi-Fi on a soft number like Google Voice isn't the best either. So I do what I can, but every so often the internet will get a little funky. I'll start to lose a little bit of, connection, or there's a little bit of a delay when they pick up the phone for the first time, stuff like that. So to finish that thought, there are some people in my system who I've been following up with quite some time that I'm pretty confident are never going to sell. Um, Specifically because the people that I do have in mind that I'm thinking of, they're ghosting after the offer was made. It wasn't like this gentleman who said, yeah, call me back, I'm interested. And then I just hadn't been able to get a hold of him. The people who are ghosting are the ones that I'm a little bit more comfortable leaving that type of voicemail to. Like the people who we've already made our offer to, and they're like, yeah, give me a day or two and let me think about it. And then just never answer the phone call anymore.
Didn't get your message either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection.
Yeah, super bad connection. That's crazy. It took like damn near 30 seconds to connect. It must have said the whole voicemail and waited a few seconds for me to leave the voicemail. I need to maybe close out some of these tabs. Although it was working just a minute ago. That really bothers me.
Nothing has been recorded. Record your message after the tone. Simply hang up when done. Or for delivery options, press the pound
I
sign.
don't know what to do. What do I do, y'all? Closing out a bunch of these tabs. All right, hopefully that makes a difference. Restart my dialer. Session 2. It's always something, I swear. Like what? What is that? continue having issues with the
You are now
dialer.
logged into the Mojo Dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to
I'm
begin calling.
gonna switch gears to follow up because again, I do have some people I want to call, and the guy who we have under contract right now, who's in escrow. I need him to send me some documents that he's taken a bit to do. And I just hope that that's not the reason that this deal won't end up happening. It's just his laziness, because he like was adamant that I was like, when I made my offer, like, hey, it's gonna be cash. We can... Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Osorio?
No, wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yep, but
Sounded like he called me a bad word when he picked up, but I don't remember what I was saying. Man, my memory, bro. Shot. Oh yeah, when I was making my offer to the guy who ended up accepting it, he was adamant. Okay, but I don't have to do anything, right? It's all I'm like, yeah. There's no, like I didn't want to say, I didn't want to make it seem like he was gonna have to jump through a bunch of hoops, but I guess figured that he'd be okay with like filling out the paperwork, because that obviously needs to happen. So he's just being really kind of lazy about getting me. All he needs to do is fill out like 2 sheets of the seller info, the seller information, kind of like an intake form, just like basic information, and scan that in and return it to the title company, as well as scan his divorce decree, because he got a divorce back in like 2005, a while ago, but the title company needs that to pass along to the underwriters who's going to be writing the title insurance. They just need to see that to make sure. And this is my assumption. I'm not knowledgeable on this, but I'm assuming, because on the divorce decree, it just lays out and outlines the details of the divorce. So the title insurance needs to cross-reference this to make sure that, okay, yes, the seller does have, 1, the right to sell the property, and 2, there's not going to be any issues in the future with his wife having to come back and try to reclaim partial ownership or something. Hello?
Lo siento, el buzón está lleno. Para enviar una notificación.
So he sent me cell phone pictures of the first and the last page. The first page, you can see that it is titled divorce decree. So it is what they need. And I actually sent those pictures over to my title company, and they were saying, yep, this is exactly what we need, but we need it all. And I was like, well, and I looked at the pictures and realized that he only sent me the first page and the 9th page, which has had the judge's signature and certified stamp on it. So I have to, and he will like, he doesn't text, but he doesn't make conversation through text, but he will like text me, if that makes sense. If you know anybody like that, I know a couple of people like that. It's like, they're not going to like sit there and have a conversation with me through text, but they will use it as a means of transmitting information, like that guy did. Like, I've texted him on multiple occasions and not received the text back. And then when it came time for him to send me those pictures, he texted them to me. So I'm like, so I got to call him today and just like lay it out and let him know, like, hey, I need these things. And I just don't want to get in the same situation that I was in the last one, where people are under the assumption that like, oh, we have time, like, and so he gave his 10 and a 30-day notice, but I don't want him to like, okay, well, I gave my 10 and 30 days. So like, it's going to be at least another month before we close, but then what happens if the tenant gets out early? I don't want the reason that we don't close to be out of just sheer laziness or like the unnecessary delay.
832.
That's kind of what's happening right now. Because the buyer's on board. Thankfully, he's willing to wait until the tenant's out. He put up his earnest money. seller issued the.
Want to be the solution to this, Erica?
Hi, Erica. I think I dialed the wrong number here. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. I don't know if I really don't know if I'm gonna make like a separate series for this deal. I
Sorry,
don't think I
the
am
mailbox
going to.
is full and there is not enough space to leave a message. To send a message to
But he called me the other day. I don't know if I had put this on camera. He had called me the other day and was like, "Hey, this is on Friday, I think. Today's Monday, just for reference."
your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 8 3.
He was like, "Hey, just want to make sure we're still doing this, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He continues to ask me that too. I don't know what is making him think that like I'm uninterested, but every time he calls me, he's like, "Hey, we're still doing this, right?" I'm like, "Yeah. It looks good. We walked the property. Everything looks good. I had my buyer walk the property. He said everything looks good. Everything checks out." So I was like, "Yeah, we're good. I just need it to be delivered vacant. I need the tenant to get out of there so we can do what we want to do with it." He's like, "Okay, yeah, I sent them the 30-day notice, so that's done." And I was like, "Okay, perfect. Did you get my email or my text?" Like,
Bueno,
"Hi, Miss Pena.
¿quién habla?
This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Fulton Street."
No está de venta.
Okay. Thank you for your time. I don't really know what she said. Put her in my Spanish speaker bucket because she replied to Miss Pena, which is who I was looking for. Yeah.
Voice message system. 713. No.
Forget what I was saying though. God, that's why I need some folks in the chat to remind me, like, "Oh, you were just saying this." But yeah, man, lost already. Oh yeah, so on Friday he calls me. He's like, "We still doing this?" I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "All right, yeah, I sent the 30-day notice." I said, "Okay, did you see your email, your text? Like, I need the divorce decree and that seller information sheet that I sent you. I just need that filled out and returned, and then I need your divorce decree to be scanned and sent in so that they can start running the title search." I mean, I didn't like get into details, but then he was like, "Yeah. Here, I'm gonna put you on the phone with my friend real quick. He has some questions." And I was like, "All right, put him on." And he's like, "Hey, Chris." I was like, "No, this is Derek." "Hey, Fred." "Fred, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Luther Street."
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
"Yeah, I was calling about a property I believe you own on Luther Street."
Yeah, I live in Lucas Street. What
"Yeah.
happened?
No, nothing happened. I just wanted to give you a quick call, and I wanted to see if you would ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?"
I don't know, man. No, I rent this house.
Okay.
But this one, no, it's not for sale.
Okay. While I have you, would you happen to have any other properties you might consider selling right now?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I need to talk to the owner.
Sure.
Let me talk to the owner and maybe he's got something for sale.
Okay. Why don't I give you a call back in a few weeks and see where you're at?
Okay, man.
All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, man.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
I kind of like conversations like that. Stated he has a tenant here at this property and it's not for sale. Asked if he had other property, which it sounds like he does, but doesn't have a definitive answer either way if he wants to sell. He said he wants to talk to somebody, and Derek said he'd call back in 2 weeks. I'll put him on the follow-up group, follow-up call, follow-up to gauge interest. I'll call him in 2 weeks and a day, the day after Labor Day, just to see where he's at. I don't think that'll really turn into anything, but because there's the language barrier there. But at the same time, you know, I'm pushing these are properties, driving for dollar properties. So all of these properties are in distress. They're in some type of deferred maintenance, physical distress. All of these properties need some degree of renovation done to it. Likely not going to pass inspection if they do decide to sell, meaning that they would have to sell to a cash investor and unable to sell on the open market with a realtor. Hey, Mr. Gutierrez? Hello, is this Mr. Gutierrez? Oh, I'm sorry about that. So it's like what my point being is that it's kind of worth to like, I mean, it's gonna be worth it for anybody
Please leave your message for 2
to try to extract as much information out of them as possible if they're allowing you to talk, right? It's like that's something that I've really learned. I forget who I heard say that, but somebody that I follow said that, and it's kind of resonated. Obviously, not resonated enough to know who said it, but that's something that I think a lot of. Oh, damn it. That's something that a lot of just like salespeople in general have to kind of like train themselves and get better at is just staying on the phone for as long as possible. People are quick, like me myself as well. I find like I'm just too quick to get off the phone. Whereas I should be wanting to milk the conversations, and the longer I stay on the phone, the longer they're going to talk. The longer they talk, the more they say things to my benefit, and the more information that I get that benefits me, the more leverage I have in negotiating. If selling is something that they're wanting to do. Now there is a fine line, right? It's like the guy said he didn't want to sell, so I don't want to like pry at him. But it was enough for me to again want to follow up with him. But yeah, sometimes people like I find as well, like sometimes even leads, and it's one thing to like, well, I was gonna say like even leads. Sometimes like that's a problem that I've been having. I need to build stronger rapport because a lot of my leads they treat it becomes pretty transactional. Where it's like, okay, you're gonna give me this much money and you're gonna buy my house and then it's gonna happen this way and okay, let's do it. But whereas it should be like me solving their problem. You know what I mean? Like me saying like, oh, like, the more it lives in that space of problem solving and less in the space of tit for tat, like 100,000 for my property, the more you can separate, I've found, from the dollar value that is being transacted for the property. The further away from that you can stay, the better, and the closer to you being able to solve their problems, the better, because then they're going to want to stay on the phone with you. The reason I say that is because a lot of times I found that some of my leads, they're wanting to kind of push me off the phone because they've already gotten everything that they want, right? It's like, okay, I already know how you do business, Derek. Now I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna make my decision on whether or not I want to move forward. Whereas it should be the other way around, kind of, and it should be like me figuring out if I'm the best bet for them. And the only way I can really do that is to stay on the phone with them and keep them talking, to figure out if there's even a problem there for me to solve.
Hello.
Hey, is this Miss Moreno?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Hi, I was looking for Mr. Moreno.
You must have the wrong number, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir.
No worries. Okay, have a good.
You too. Yeah. Yep. Gotta run the numbers up here.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Escobar? Ah, damn it, missed him. That's what I get. I ain't doing too much. I just wanted to see. This guy in my group sounds like he has a virtual deal out in Detroit. But the guy wants to meet him in person to sign the papers. They've already agreed on price, which is, I guess, worth it. But he's thinking about flying out to Detroit just to get things signed, which is, I laugh at it because that's something that my partner had done way back when we thought we were getting ready to get our first deal under contract. We had a guy. This was our first soon to be first contract. And maybe we even had the contract. I think we might have even had the contract, and then we were sending out our property specialist, the gentleman who we met out in our market, who was going to be our boots on the ground. We were going to send him out to do the due diligence, but we had already gotten feedback from buyers before even sending out pictures or anything, because hi, I'm so sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here. So I brought it to a buyer, or I brought it to he's one of the players out there in my market, and I had been going back and forth with him and let him know, hey, I got this property under contract. You want to take a look, maybe buy it for yourself or help me dispo and JV the deal with me. And he was like, no way. Like, I was working this lead too. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. or Mrs. Suarez?
Got the wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So he was like, I was working this lead too. No way. Like, I had a buyer lined up already. If you want to JV it with me, we can just kick it off to him. And I was like, okay, where was your buyer at? And he was like, my buyer, I think, was somewhere in the 140s. And I said, oh, we got it locked up at 150. He says, do you think there's any way that the seller would come back and renegotiate price? And I said, yeah, I think she would. She sounded open to it, but I would like to get somebody from our team out there to walk the property. Hello? Hello? I just wanted some leverage. So I was saying I wanted one of our people to get out there, walk the property, so that I can actually have something tangible to renegotiate with. Like, hey, the AC, this was the case actually. The AC was a lot older than we anticipated. It's going to have to be replaced within the next coming years. It looks like there is some foundation issues. There was some separation in the bricks on the exterior of the house, stuff like that. And we tried to renegotiate it, but at the same time, it sounds like she was still shopping it around, which made me a little upset. Like, hey, look, we already have this deal. Because then the player who I was talking to out in my market, he texted me back, hey, hey, Ezekiel?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Turner Drive.
Who gave you my number, buddy? First of all.
Yeah, we get it from our marketing team. They provide me numbers with properties that we, associated with. I take it there's no interest in selling, though.
I'm sorry?
I take it there's no interest in selling, though.
I mean, is there for sale sign out there or something?
I'm not sure, actually.
I mean, why would you think I would want to sell it? Let me ask you that question, man.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Not going to waste my time. Stumbled on that one, too. I said, usually I'll say, we get it from my marketing team provides it to me. What do I usually say? How'd you get my number? I get it from a marketing team. My marketing team is able to pull numbers associated with properties that we may be interested in. I said that whole thing backwards. And then he wanted to start interrogating me.
To an automatic
Clearly
voice
no
message.
interest, so
713.
thanked him for his time and moved on. That's something else that I get really kind of proud of myself about. This is something that I have conversations with my girlfriend quite often, because again, I came from a job where I was needing to be on the phone, and I wouldn't dare do something like that in my old job, because again, there's 10 people, including 2-3 supervisors, mine included. My direct supervisor is hearing me on the phone. So like, you had to be perfect on the phone, or else you got judged. And that was something that I took into this business, where it's like, I feel the need to justify. But if there's one thing,
Try your call again later.
again, I make it clear that I'm not coaching or teaching anybody here, rather just sharing my experience. But if there's one thing that I will say is, do not waste your time with those people. That was something that I struggled with when I started wholesaling. Hello? People like that would, is there a for sale sign? Oh no, I mean, maybe not, and then he starts to let me ask you. It's like, no. But again, to finish my thought, in the past, I would hear those people out. I would hear those people out, and then when they got upset with me, like, oh, you're just these, investors, you're gonna lowball me, and I would justify myself and be like, no, like, well, this is how we do business, yada yada, and it's just a waste of your time, man. And you would, like, had I entertained that guy, and had I gone on for minutes trying to justify myself and the reason for my call and why he should listen to me and hear me out, for him to just do the same exact thing, curse me out, tell me I'm a bad person, and it doesn't set the mood. I need high vibe phone calls, and the more of those type of phone calls that you get, had I entertained that guy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 281.
And then it ended in a negative way, it would have ruined the rest of my dialing session. Rather, hey, sorry, Jorge. All right. Rather, I did it the way that I did. I would have liked internally. I would have liked that I didn't stumble over that response there, because people are gonna ask that when they aren't bothered. People are gonna ask out of curiosity. It's gonna be a lot less frequently than people asking when they're bothered. Hello?
Please leave your message for.
Hopefully that makes sense. People are gonna ask, "How did you get my number?" Probably 1 out of 10 times somebody asked that, maybe even less, they're actually asking out of curiosity, and there is interest in selling. But 99% of the time, it's going to be them. How'd you get this number? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Rebecca? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? But yeah, so that's why, with that phone call right there, I would have rather that I, obviously preferred that I didn't stumble through my words and my response, only because of my own internal. Jesus. Oh, this is the same woman. I'm gonna pick it up. Hello?
Yeah, somebody call me from this number.
Yes, is this Miss Jones?
Yes.
Miss Jones, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Annette Lane.
Oh, and I'm not really interested in selling either.
Oh, okay.
I live here.
Completely understand. I appreciate you. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
That threw me off big time. She was still on the phone. I looked up and I saw that because I'm talking to the person who I left. I wish you could see my screen and see what I'm talking about, but my screen is showing me that the lead hung up. So I was talking to her, and then I looked up and I saw that she hung up, and I was like, oh, okay, like, but she was still on the phone. Anyway, she wasn't interested. I'll go ahead and mark it not interested. Contact here. That was funny. She was like, okay. But again, to finish that thought, I wish that I would have handled that gentleman who was giving me a hard time a little bit better in my response, only for future reference, so that when people are actually asking that question out of curiosity, I don't stumble through my words. But I'm really glad that I am able to separate myself from the emotional aspect of this business to know that, look, I'm not going to waste my time, guy. You can ask me all the questions you want, but not on my watch. Just no benefit at all talking to people like that. Kills the mood, kills the vibe, kills your momentum. Hello? The momentum killer specifically, and the vibe. I guess all those. Anybody who is cold called knows, especially in this industry, it seems like, I mean, I get any industry, cold calling. I've never cold called outside of this industry, so I can't necessarily speak to that. But in my experience, cold calling through this industry, wholesaling.
Let me help you.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, by now. It's difficult to keep your vibes high. It's difficult, and when you have conversations like that,
and there's not enough space to leave a message.
It gives you the perfect excuse that you've been looking for. I'm on the phone for an hour. I've been dialing for an hour, and then somebody like that hops on the phone, and forget it. I'm done dialing for the day. I put in my hour. That guy ruined it. How easy is it to just use that as an excuse? Rather.
But the person you called has avoided.
Rather, if you would have handled it, the best way possible, and was proud of the way that you handled it, and known that you didn't allow, him or her to.
Hello.
Hi, Rosa.
Sí.
Rosa, how's it going?
¿El doctor de Casa de Amigos?
Hey, this is Derek.
¿Quién habla?
This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Harkness Street.
Sí.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Completely understand. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Bye.
And that's always why I pitch it in English, even though they're going to come at me with a bunch of Spanish. Perfect example. You just, that's something that I want to kind of put into practice with different areas as well, is just to not jump to conclusions, right? You never want to paint the picture yourself.
Hello?
Hey, Fernando?
You may have the wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was
This
looking
is not Fernando.
I was looking for the owner of a property on Talent Street.
Not me, sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Um, yeah, just like not paint picture anyway, right? It's like somebody picks up and starts. She was like speaking a lot of Spanish too. Usually, I can like understand the first couple words, like "quien habla," like, or just like any of the first couple phone call openers. But she was like asking me a bunch of questions, and I just kind of disregarded it and continued my pitch. And she clearly understood and was able to give me an answer.
Definitely some great.
Hi, I'm sorry. I think I dialed the wrong number here.
Okay, thank you.
Bye now. It's a lot of that. This is my first time through this list here. This new group of properties. So this
Call has been
same
forwarded to an
area,
automated voice messaging system.
same area that I've been driving for dollars in, but it's just a new batch of. I'll skip trace by like the 100 or 200 and upload them in there. So these are properties I've never called before. So it's expected the first time through to get all these businesses and shops and incorrect numbers. You just hope that you blow through all those the first time through, so that the second time through you're just trying to get a hold of those sellers that didn't answer the first time. Off, yep. Voicemail.
Hello?
Hey, Jose.
Sí.
Jose, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Harkness Street.
Hello? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was giving you a quick call about a property that I believe you own on Harkness Street.
Who are you looking for? Where's the name?
I'm looking for Mr. Ramirez. Do I have the right number here?
No, you got the wrong number.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
You realtor?
I'm an investor in the area. Would you happen to have any properties you'd be considered selling at the moment?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm looking for rent property in Friday, but just
You're looking to buy?
rent.
Oh, you're looking to rent. I see. Okay. Well, I do have a team of realtors here. If you'd like me to put you in contact with him, he may be able to help you out.
I already have one worker, and that's what I'm thinking it's you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you for taking the call. That was weird. Pretty slow hour, coming up on an hour dialing. 9 contacts. I like wasted that first 10-15 minutes on that other list though. That's a garbage list. What's up with that? Paid for that shit. But that's why I did that. It was free. I just paid for the skip tracing.
Please leave your message for
So
28.
it was essentially the same thing. I went into it with the intention of, hey, this list is either going to be crap or better than the ones that I've been pulling and my driving for dollars and skip tracing that way.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
So this was more of a trial than anything else anyways. I wanted to give it a try, but now I'm pretty much not going to be pulling lists from there. I mean, I'm going to finish calling through that one to see maybe if I can get some people on the phone, but
Hello?
hey, Mr. Vela.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Robmore Street.
Oh, that's my dad's property. It's not mine.
Oh, okay. I wanted to give the owner of that property a quick call to see if there was any interest in possibly selling it. You think he'd be open to an offer on it?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. While I have you, would you happen to have any properties you might consider selling?
No, I do not.
No, okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye now. And I'll do that, and I'll take his word for it. his dad. If he's gonna tell, like if there's any bit of doubt, I would be able to, I think, sense it in his voice. Or
Hello?
hi, is this Mrs. Sparza?
Yes, it is.
Hi there, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Robmore Street.
Oh, yes, sir. We're not interested in selling.
Oh, okay, completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, bye now. Sounded like she did have another property, but maybe wasn't interested right now. But yeah, I'll take the family member's word for it if it's like,
You've called. If you don't, oh well.
what? Yeah, I'll take their word for it. As long as they're not like super separated from the owner, but it just sounded like his son. Sounded pretty confident when he let me know that he wasn't interested. Even if they say like, "Nah, I don't think so, man." It's like, I'll take their word for it.
Please leave your message for 346.
Just past an hour, 11 contacts. I was able to hit a few people since I last said that just a couple minutes ago. So we're on pace for 10 contact hours, maybe even a little bit more because of that hiccup in the beginning of my session. Probably gonna dial for like another, man. Nah, I just can't think.
Please leave your message for 7137.
In my last video that I put up, I was saying, hold me accountable. Let me know. Drop it in the comments. You better call for 2 hours on Monday. And somebody had commented saying, you better call for 2 hours on Monday.
Hello. Please leave a message
So
after the tone.
I'm probably going to have to do that. Not because I have to do it for that person, but because I have to do it for myself. I'm going to feel horrible at the end of today if that comment just keeps playing in my head. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night if I don't put up 2 hours today on the dialer.
Hello?
Hi, Maria.
Yes.
Maria, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Charles Road.
I'm sorry, Derek. I don't know which Maria you're looking for, but I don't live on Charles Road.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking for Miss Gonzalez, but it sounds like I have the wrong number here.
Well, my name's Maria Gonzalez, but I'm not property owner on Charles Road.
That is very funny. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. While I have you, would you happen to have anything that you'd be interested in selling at the moment?
Not at the moment.
No. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call anyways.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. That's funny. That happens though. That happens quite frequently, to be honest. So, and I thought that was the wrong number as well. I left a little note for myself. The name of the woman I'm actually looking for is Mara, Mara. And when I heard the voicemail machine to that number the last time I called through, her voicemail says, "Hey, you've reached Maria," and I was like, "Oh, it may just be a typo in like public records, and this woman's name might be Maria Gonzalez." So I just assumed, and I said, left myself a little note. This is the correct number. Her name is actually Maria. And now I talked to her and realized that no, that woman's name is Maria Gonzalez at that, but she doesn't own that property. So I imagine that the woman that I am looking to get a hold of is actually named Mara or Mara, however you would want to pronounce that, Mara.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 7-1.
Do I look funny as hell with no glasses on now? It's funny. Yeah, I feel like I look funny, but like on YouTube, I've only ever worn glasses. I've only ever worn glasses like this whole past year and a half, but before then, I never wore glasses. I only ever wore them at nighttime when I took my contacts out. And even then, sometimes I would just like wait until the very last second, take my contacts out, and then go to sleep. So it's like funny to me that I look so different to myself, but this is what I looked like my whole life. It's just funny to me. I'm so used to myself wearing glasses now.
Hi, this is Becky. I'm not here right now. Give me a call later. Bye-bye.
To finish that story, though, I'm looking at these messages come in of that gentleman who's thinking about flying out to Detroit. My partner had flown out to Houston, my market, and met with this woman. And
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Is not available.
we had already had the contract. He was just, what his intent was to get out there, see these things in person, and then be able to renegotiate the price right then and there, because he was walking the property with her. So like his intent was like, oh, like here's.
Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. I was looking for the owner of a property on Shady Lane. Do I have the right number here?
Hey, you can take me off your mailing or your call list, please.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
That threw me off guard too. Hello? Hi, is this Miss Torres? Hi, is this Miss Torres? That threw me off. I was doing something on a separate tab, but then I got back to it and I couldn't pronounce either of the names.
Please leave your message for.
So I had to go straight for the property address, which I was not prepared to do, and it sounded horrible. I know that sounded horrible. So it was so very easy for him to just say, take me off your list, because I sounded exactly like a telemarketer. But he was cool about it, I guess. But anyways, he flew out there. He noticed some things. I don't really even think he went and took the real like initiative to try to renegotiate the price. Hello?
Hey, this is Sandra. I'm sorry I missed your call, but if you leave a message, I'll return.
So he ended up getting out there, and we ended up paying for his way for no reason. Waste of money, really. Because we locked it up too high. And
Hello?
hi, Alice.
Yeah.
Alice, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Edgeworth Street. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
Okay, what's the offer?
I'm sorry?
What's the offer?
Oh, yeah. Well, I did want to let you know kind of how we do business here. Let me tell you, it's
Okay.
my partner and myself. We're looking to pick up, 1 to 2 properties sometime soon here within the next 60 days. And we are able to pay cash and kind of cover all of the fees and the costs. So it's really just a net cash offer in your pocket. And wanted to ask, I don't know if you've,
I'm looking for 65.
how much?
65.
65?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if you had,
Let me tell you about the property.
yeah, please.
Well, we bought the property in 1995. Okay, when we bought the property, it was like actually a 2-bedroom. But one bedroom was kind of
Mm-hmm.
just a 1 bedroom, and the 2 bedroom. So what happened? We break it down, and we do work to make a big transformation, because right now it could be like a 2 bedroom and a half, and also we just really work in June or July. We are paying like 5,200 something like that. Like that is correct. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The inside of the kitchen is a kind of like it could lift. We could lift up a little bit, but I was living in there for 50 years. As far as the flooding or anything, I never had a problem. Never had a problem with it. So
Okay.
we moved out of there in 2000, and so it was rented out, and so the person that we rented out stayed there for 4 years, and we have to do it all over again. We 2017, 18, we went and we did inside fitting shoes, everything, and someone went in there, we pulled all of the copper out of it. So we have to do it again in order for the state, the city of Houston to come and, give us an inspection. Okay, pass the inspection. But if it works, someone is living in there now, but it's still some work needs to be done. I'm trying to sell it because tenants living there is always a complaint. I really don't have the money to pay to do it. They actually don't want to buy it. They don't want to move from there, and they've been living in there for going on 2 years now.
Okay.
So and I think every time I just put a new garbage disposal and mess it up, put a pork bone in it.
Oh,
geez. That is leaking, and when we got someone over there, we're kind of finding the leak. So when they have the winter blast, the pipe had a kind of frozen up under the house. We went and someone went over there and stopped it. But they say it continues to have a leak, but every time someone goes over there and take a big leak. So pretty much it's a drink and the smoke, and they have the house in and they give somebody else some money to do it anymore.
Okay.
So you put a lot of money into it.
Yeah. So I don't know if I missed it, but the money that you put into it, was it kind of just repairs from the tenant's damage, or was some remodeling done?
No, with some remodeling done.
Okay.
And then repair from the tenants. It's a big transformation, because if you have seen it before and what it is today, it's a big transformation that we put in it.
So what kind of work was done to it? Was any work done to like the kitchen or the bathrooms?
But like I said, yes, because like the bathroom is you have like a standard bathroom, and then it was a one bed bathroom. So in the back bedroom, like it's a big master bedroom, is we had extra like extra, not a bathroom, but just with a sink and a commode in there, and yeah, we do a lot of work into it. The first guy that we do it, we pay over $10,000, and to do the the wiring and stuff like that. Someone did that. We pay our little like $5,000.
Yeah.
They went in there and whip it up. So we put a lot of money in it compared to what it is now. It's a big thing, but like I said, the tenants them in there and it's a big mess in there.
Yeah.
Because another person wanted to buy it, and he went over there and he said it's okay, but the foundation, he said in the kitchen it was it need to lift. And some work need to be done, if they get out of there.
Yeah. Okay, so about the tenant, are they on a long-term lease or are they month to month?
No, they like a month to month.
Okay, and I know you kind of mentioned that they were having trouble paying recently, but do they eventually pay after you give them a little bit of a hard time, or have they not been paying?
Yeah, they come every under $900. They call me under every third to come pick up the rent.
Okay. And you said how much is it renting for now?
900.
900. Okay. All right. And now, I just have a few more questions about the kind of the condition of the property here. I know you said, the foundation may need some work done to it. Is there central AC attached and hooked up?
We don't have a central
Okay.
window.
Right, just window units. Okay. And now what about the roof? When was the last time the roof was replaced?
Yeah, I just told you, I think it was in June or July. Okay, I have the paper. Hold on a second.
Sure. It's really difficult to hear this woman. She's so quiet. And you hear I'm asking her questions. She's already told me.
Okay, basically, it was done March the 23rd. Actually, I paid, let me see.
And that was March of this year, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, actually, it was 4,300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 4,300.
Okay.
Actually, the small house, the roof is not that big, but they replaced everything. They put the black tar. They put everything on it.
Yeah. Perfect. Beautiful.
So right now it's not leaking anything.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, like I was saying, me and my partner, we are looking to buy something pretty soon here in the area. We like the area. And, just kind of reiterate, the reason that you're looking to sell, I'd imagine, is because you're kind of done dealing with those tenants, right?
Yeah.
Now, is there any other people, any other decision makers on the property here? I just want to make sure that I'm not stepping on anybody's toes.
Well, actually, we paid off for it, but I think, I don't know if he have a lien on it, because when we bought it, I don't think he went downtown, and maybe I really don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know. I'm thinking that, like, when the first guy, he had asked me if I had a lawyer or something, and I asked him why I needed a lawyer when he do the property search. And they really did not get back in touch with me, the loan company, something like that. They never did get back in touch with me. So he said,
Hello? Hello? I think I might have lost you. Hello?
hello?
Yep, you still there?
Yeah. He was asking me, how did I get the house or something like that. I have all the paperwork here and stuff like that. But one thing, I don't think he bought it downtown. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, that's no worries at all on that. Okay, yeah, I mean, it sounds like this is definitely something that we're interested in. You know,
Okay.
if we were able
If
to
you want to go down, I could get on up to 65, but then I will go down to 62.
62, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were kind of able to get this property off your hands here and agree on a price, how soon would you be looking to sell?
Well, as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
Yes. I think it's very hard to get in touch with me because I work in a hospital and because of the COVID, what is going on right now, I might tell you, yes, I did, but sometimes I come home late or something.
Yeah.
Things right now, I'm on a break, so
No worries. Yeah, I'm glad.
very hard.
I'm glad I caught you at a good time then, it sounds like. And yeah, I understand, especially with the COVID thing going around right now. I'd imagine that you're running all over the place. And I also imagine that dealing with these tenants is the last thing you're wanting to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I know you said that there may be a lien on the property, but is there?
Yes, I think so. I'm not for sure.
Okay. Is there a mortgage on the property, or or do you own it free and clear?
No. We have already paid off.
Okay. Perfect. And just to kind of let you know, yeah, so we are looking to make a cash offer, but we wouldn't cover anything like that. So any, liens or judgments, anything like that against the property, that would have to come out of your end. But other than that, we would cover any, fees or costs that pop up at closing. But looking at the property, and hearing what you're saying about it, it does sound like, but again, we're very confident in our ability. We'd be able to come in there, and we're perfectly fine with the condition that it sounds like it's in. We'd be able to come in and we'd be able to, take a look at that foundation, make sure that, we bring that up to speed. Probably, do some major renovations to the.
I don't really think the foundation. I never had a problem with it.
Okay.
I think the reason why maybe we say that because we have we put it back up because we put a little. My husband has rented bought a little house back here to put it like wash and dry, and he had dig a hole back here to run the pipe from the house.
Yeah.
The little thing there. And I think that's the problem because I had someone went over there before and check out the foundation, and they didn't come back with no report. So we had just did that, put the house over there last year to the back, a little house from it last year to the back. So because like I say, I've been living there since I think 1999. And I never had a problem out the flood and everything, rain and everything. I don't have a problem. We never had a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because we love it. We really didn't want to move because the school is on the other side, and my kids that used to go to school there.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
A lot of people like it because I get so much call and everything because of the school.
Okay, yeah, the Garcia.
Right across, just open the door and the school right across the school.
Yeah, you're talking about Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia Elementary.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect. Well, yeah, like I said, we're interested, and we would definitely be able to make it just as smooth and simple and convenient as possible. That's kind of what we pride ourselves on, is just being able to get in there and make it an easy transaction for everybody. taking a look at, some of the other properties that have sold in the area, and just considering the work that is going to need to be done. And I'll tell you, we plan on, going in and really repairing it and bringing it up to 2021 standards. And just so we are.
It's a nice little. It's a nice little place.
Definitely.
To just sit there and rest and chill out and stuff like that.
Definitely.
I really like it there. Never had no feeling or nothing until someone went in there and repaired. It's very comfortable, very quiet.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, we definitely like the area. And, just so I just want to put it out there. This is, what me and my partner do for a living. So we are looking to make a little bit of money as well. By no means are we looking to hit the lottery, but there does have to be enough, spread on the deal here for us to profit a bit. So just considering, the rehab that we'll probably go in there and do, and taking a look at some of the other properties in the area, we'd be most comfortable right around 50,000 cash.
50. That's what you said?
Yeah, 50,000.
No.
Okay, and I understand that, and again, we're not the buyers for everybody, and I totally understand if you want to hold out for another offer, but let me ask, if you are unable to get that number that you want there, do you have a plan for the property?
If I don't?
Yeah, if you don't end up selling.
No, I would just let it tenant. If they do move, I would just let it stay there and probably try to see what I could do, fix it a little better, and then go again.
Yeah, okay. And do you think they'd be cooperative? Do you think they're willing to move?
Yes, I think because like I said, they want to buy themselves, and I told them a couple days ago that I'm looking to sell it, and she told me she's gonna talk to her husband and see if they want to buy it. If not, I have to move.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, we're definitely very interested. The 62,000 is just a bit too high for us. It's not very unreasonable, but it's just a little bit out of our price range. Let me ask, if we were able to kind of come in and handle that tenant situation for you, cover all of the closing costs, and we can pay cash, and we can try to close it out within the next 30 days here. I know you were saying that you were wanting to sell as soon as possible. Is that 62,000, is that negotiable at all?
No, because I went from 65 and to 62, but
yeah, I understand.
A lot of people been calling me and stuff like that, and so about the same property, it's like I'm at work, I'm getting calls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
if you don't mind me asking, are these people making you offers?
I'm gonna hold out a little bit and see what I could and see what I come up with an offer, because actually I have an offer on it. That's what I said, like for 62. So now they're doing the search. I just have to hear what they come back with, and if I just want to hear what they come back with once they do the title search.
Okay, so I'm sorry. You have already come to an agreement with somebody for 62,000?
No. I mean, they're doing. They are called at the. I agree with 65, but they say can they negotiate? I said, well, I got them to 62. 62. So if they come back, he went to talk to his head, the manager or whatever, to do the business with. I haven't heard back from them yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
yeah.
That's why I wanted to ask if anybody had made you any serious offers, because I want you to know why I'm making my offer of 50,000, right? because a lot of times people are going to want to make you an offer because that's what you want. But the last thing that I want to do is tell you that I can do 62,000 and then for us to take a look at the property and then realize, hey, we actually need it much lower. And then I have to go back on my word. And I don't want to have to do that, right? I would much rather be upfront with you.
Actually, I had told him 65, and he agreed to 65. But like you said, he went to the property and he looked at it, they showed him inside and everything. And after that, he told me, I'm kind of making that offer. So I said, okay, give me 62. And he said, okay. So he said he's going to talk to his boss and his manager something, and then he will let me know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my concern, and I'll be honest with you, my concern with that is if they thought that they could do 62,000, they would have agreed to it right then and there. And the fact that they haven't given you a call back is kind of a red flag to me. That 62,000 is a bit high, based off what I'm finding as well, which is why I think that asking price probably should be a little lower. But again, we're not so far off. Let me ask, since we'd be handling all of the closing costs and stuff like that, if I could place you on a brief hold and if I could get approval to come up to say, 58,000, is that something that you may consider?
No, I'm not going down to
the 62. Okay. Now, is this a good number to reach you at?
Yeah.
Okay, what I can do is I can run those numbers to see if 62,000 is going to work. I promise to give you a call back. I don't want to be like the other guy and just not tell you. I'm going to crunch the numbers the best that I can. I'm going to figure out if that 62,000 is something that we'd be able to do.
But the thing is that you're looking at the way the house is now and maybe the way that they probably got them. But if you go into it and you see it's a big transformation. Like I say, it needs some work done.
Yeah.
But I think if you might look at it and see, you understand, and it could be potential, like you said, for you have to make it a little bigger. And because the yard and everything is a whole big backyard, make it bigger.
Yeah.
Like that, I mean.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we would probably do. But all of that stuff I have to consider in my offer because that stuff isn't cheap. We'd be spending a lot of money.
Okay, could you call me back? I'm ready to go back to my work, but could you call me back?
Yeah, when's the best time of day that I can reach you?
I'll be home at 6.
6? Okay, I'll give you.
You could call me. I go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so you could call me around like 1 o'clock, 1:30, and take another break.
Okay, sounds good. I'll give you a call probably after.
You leave me a message.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I appreciate you taking the call, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Bye now. It was really hard to understand her. I don't know if that's a deal or not. I think it could be. This estimate is 96,000. She's asking for 62. I couldn't run comps while I had her on the phone. It was the area that she's in is like borderline industrial, so there's not much activity, and the ones that are in the area are like there's just there's no consistency across the board. It's like I'll find one with similar size lot, but then it'll have like 4 extra bedrooms, and then another one that has a similar bed bath, similar year built, but it's like twice the size of the lot. So I'm going to crunch these numbers to see if that works. And I'm going to do that right now so that I can give her a call back. I'm going to take my notes here. Asking 65K, said she had other investors wanting to make an offer. She came down to 62K for another investor. but they never called back. This may be just one that I have to hold her hand through for another couple months, build rapport, stay in front of her, so that when she does come, get her head out of the clouds and realizes, okay, 62 is too high, that I'm there waiting for her. I don't even know if 62 is too high, though. I was just trying to get her to dwindle down her asking price, even if it was just a couple thousand. I tried to get it down to 58, you heard. And that was just me negotiating against myself, though, so I wanted to not do that. But they never called back. Derek offered $50K and asked if she would be open to a $58K offer if his boss gave him authority. Owned it for, it sounds like, 25-ish years. No flooding. 2-bed, 1 bath. I think she was saying that something was going on. I don't know. Tenant issues. Tenant always complaining, and she is a tired landlord. Tenants have a hard time paying rent on time, but sounds like they always pay the full $900 per month that it rents for. And it lived there for about 2 years, and she continued saying how they are trashing the place. Other investor walked the property and pointed out possible foundation issues. No AC, just window unit. Roof replaced in March of 2021, which is a good thing. It's a big ticket item that won't have to be factored into the repair costs. She thinks there is a possible lien on the property, but doesn't know. Wants to sell ASAP. She works in the hospital from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day and typically takes a break around 1 to 1:30. Derek said he would run his numbers and determine if he could get authority for her asking price of $62K. It'll be tight. I mean, it's not like she's obviously reasonable, but is firm at her reasonable ask, right? So I'm going to mark this as a warm lead. Market follow-up, task myself today to run comps, determine ARV and MAO being after repair value and max allowable offer. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that right now. And then I'm going to follow up to make offer / close. She said, wait. Oh, yeah. So it sounds like she's going to be out in like an hour. On comms, see if you can make $62K work for a wholesale price. Call after 4 p.m. PST. I'm going to mark that as a contact. I'm going to call my dialing session quits. Appreciate anybody that stuck around and listened to that. Hopefully you heard her. Good lead. Good quality lead, regardless if something comes of it. If something doesn't come of it today or within the next few days, then it's still somebody that I'm going to want to follow up with, like I was saying, until she may just get her expectations reset. And that's something that I was trying my best to do it, but I feel it internally that I need to practice my script. I need to work through that to be able to reset her expectations and be able to run comps confidently while I'm on the phone. That one was a little bit different because it was really difficult to understand her. So I was like, I couldn't be like writing her off. Like if you heard when I asked about the roof, she goes, I just told you. And it wasn't that I was like ignoring her running comps. It was that I literally didn't understand anything she was saying. So appreciate you if you stuck around and listened to that one. That was a pretty good one. Pretty good lead. Gonna hop off right now, see if I can make those numbers work. And if I can, then I'll be sure to hop back on here and document that follow-up call to see if I can get that closed up. I'm going to hop back on here in a minute after I run those comps anyways to hit my follow-ups for the day. So I'll see you in a little bit. Appreciate you. If you like the content, drop a like, comment, subscribe, your thoughts, your recommendations, your suggestions. I'm an open book. Appreciate every last one of you guys. Until the next one. Peace.